In fact, one reason that we're hearing about more hacks recently is because ever since only about 2024, the SEC requires that publicly traded companies notify them and notify customers when there is a data breach within 4 days, I believe it is. Whereas before, they didn't even have to necessarily tell anyone. So yes, part of the reasons we hear about more hacks is companies are actually required now to actually admit that they were hacked. Whereas before, they could just kind of sweep it under the rug and just hope that customer data didn't leak out publicly and prove that they were hacked. Now, that SEC rule only applies to publicly traded companies, but private companies are on the hook for things as well. There's a lot of individual state laws that require companies to notify of a breach if they, for example, have customers in that state. They have to do that, so a lot of notifications about breaches come from that, even if it's a private company. Also, GDPR, that's in Europe, they have notification laws, so European companies too. And then there's also other specific cases like for medical HIPAA type things or critical infrastructure, those companies, even if private, have to report. But of course, that all assumes that the companies are even aware that they were breached in the first place. I mean, some of these companies have such bad security probably that they don't even know that they got breached. It really would depend on the goal of the hacker. If it's to ransom them, then obviously the hackers are going to tell them, hey, we stole all this data, pay us. But if it was a secret operation to gather data without the company knowing, if possible, then they might never find out until years later. Or the hackers might try to keep access to the company's data internally for as long as possible. They might go months without being detected.